Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It is 9 o'clock on a Sunday. It's time for a review show special. This is where I take a deep dive into a particular company, a particular producer, and I review a few items that they have to offer. And today I'm going to be doing a review show special on Stellar Magic. Now, what is Stellar Magic? Stellar Magic is Chris Congreve's new production company. And if you want to find out more about it, you can go onto their website, Stellar Magic. Some of the items that I'm going to be reviewing are exclusive to Chris, so you can only get them directly from Chris's website, Stellar Magic, or you can get them from lectures or, if you see him at a convention. Other items like Cloak, and a couple of other things he's produced are items that are bought out through Murphy's. So in other words, they're in all good magic dealers, right? If you don't know who Chris Congreve is, I have known Chris for a very long time. We have at times been the best of friends. We have at times been the worst of enemies. And we've had an interesting journey through life, a lot of parallels that have happened within our career. I will tell you right now that me and Chris are in a good place, and he is, as far as I'm concerned, one of the most creative magicians on the planet. I've gigged with Chris many, many times, and I'll tell you that Chris is a fantastic entertainer, as well as being an incredibly knowledgeable magician, because he is a very knowledgeable magician. He knows more about magic than most people. He's great at actually performing. He's great at doing a trick and getting great reactions. I've seen him over and over again walk up to a table and just have the table in hits of hysterics. We've done many two-person magic gigs where I'm there and I'm doing my best stuff, and then there's a table down there and they're screaming and they're shouting. It's because Chris is just being Chris. So the reason I'm telling you that is because a lot of the material that Chris produces is designed to work in the real world. It's not difficult. It's not pipe dreams. It's not something that will take hours to learn or years to learn. It's not something that will require some crazy ass gimmick that's going to break in 0.2 seconds. It's not something that's going to be only able to be performed at a particular angle at a particular time. It's none of that. This is real world working material, and it's why Chris has become so successful. And over the last year, especially since setting up Stellar Magic Shop, his career has blown up. He's done a tour of New Zealand and Australia. He's been lecturing at huge conventions, and his star is rising and then some. And it's already risen as far as I'm concerned. People are now beginning to see what I've known for years, which is Chris Congreve is not only a talented magician and an entertaining chap, but he's also a really nice guy. And on this review show special, I am going to be looking 4 items of Chris's. And I'll tell you right now, just so you know, although Chris and I are friends, I am being 100% honest here. You are getting my honest opinion. This is, if I think something's good, I'll sell you. If I think something's bad, I'll tell you. But I'm going to go through absolutely everything. So let's start off by looking at the first review. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be looking at is Chris's new book, Commercial Killers. This is Chris' 5th book. He had the kind of a trilogy of books. He had the book that he did with Gary Jones, and this is his latest one. Commercial Killers is a great name for this book. It's a decent size. It's, about 100 pages, something like that. Really nice photos in there as well. Look at those photos. Isn't that great? Really well put together, so you can understand everything. Even though nothing that Chris does is too difficult, everything is fully explained in there very, very well. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 routines in there. Let's go through some of them. I will. Shall I do this? Yeah. Actually, there's more than 14. That's that content. 14, sorry. More. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So there's almost 30 routines in there, which is incredible, really, when you think about it. And there are some really awesome routines. The first trick of the book is one of my favorites. So the first trick of the book is called Blank Monty, and it's a really cool Monty routine Chris showed me in person actually and fooled me badly with this. In fact, before we go any further, I'm going to show you blank Monty so you can see exactly how good this is. So this is a performance of blank Monty. Okay. So Jack, have you ever heard of a game called 3-Card Monty? Chase the ace, find the queen.
Yes.
I love your body language. You're not going to get me, Craig. This time I will not get beaten by your chicanery. But this is not 3-Card Monty. This is 4-Card Monty because it uses 4 cards. Guess which one you have to follow?
Is it the queen by any
chance? It is indeed the queen. Absolutely. If you follow the queen, you get it right, you win. I mix up the cards. You have no idea where the queen is. Jack, at this point, you have no idea where the queen is. Jack, where's the queen?
At the bottom.
That's 1-0 to you. And that was a practice. That was just a practice. Now we're going to do it for real. The queen starts off at the bottom. Now all I do is I mix them up like this. Now obviously, if I count them into my hand one at a time, and it started off at the bottom, the card should now be on the
top.
You're very good. This is why you work here. You're so observant, Jack. Now watch. This is where things get a bit complicated, Jack. Watch. The queen goes down onto the table. All you have to do is point to the queen. Okay, so we're saying not here then. That's actually the blank card, Jack. You need to follow this. You need to follow this. I tell you what I'll do. I'll leave the queen face up, and I'll put it face up in between the face down blank cards.
Right.
So we've got face down blank cards. In the middle, we've got a face up queen. All you have to do is tell me where's the queen.
Second one down?
It's second one down, but more importantly, it's face up. Is the queen face up or face down?
Face up.
No, Jack, it's the blank card that's... You need to follow this, Jack. It's the blank... Are you not following this? Look, Jack, we'll try it again. Look, we've got 4 cards. Where's the queen?
Oh, fucking hell. Third one down?
No, Jack, this is a blank card, this is a blank card, this is a blank card, this is a blank card. The queen's up here in my pocket. That's why you can never beat me, because just when you think you've got all the answers, I'm changing the questions. And that is blank Monty. Okay, so as you can see, blank Monty is absolutely fantastic. There's a bunch of Monty routines in there. There's a bunch of prediction routines in there. What's interesting is he's got in here Not Chosen by him and Gary Jones, which in my opinion is one of the best tricks that Chris and Gary have come up with. It is so commercial. It is just brilliant. There's nothing here that's difficult at all. I've gone through the whole thing. It's very, very simple. There's also some essays. There's an essay here on strolling work and how to do strolling work. There's actually, let me find it. We're going to be looking at a routine called Poked a little bit later on, and there is I can't find it. There's a version of Poked in here. Which hand prediction? There you go. Page 74. Which hand prediction is basically Poked, but without the special poker chip. So if you like Poked and you haven't got the money maybe to buy Poked and buy the book has actually got a version that you can do with just a coin, which is really cool. That's great. There's some really nice kickback stuff. Chris is really into his kickback routines. A really, really nice stickman routine. Really nice stickman routine that I absolutely loved. Look, it's just great. I could spend hours talking about this book. I could literally perform every single routine from here and easily. But, I'm not going to. I just want to tell you that this is very, very good. I think this is Chris's best book. Acme Portable Hole, I'm a big Portable Hole fan. It's got a really nice portable hole using a pack of cards and a turbo stick by Richard Sanders and Leo Smestas that just works brilliantly. And if you're looking for a use for a turbo stick beyond the original routine, that is a great thing to do. That also allows you to transition into using a deck of cards. So you can kind of go from a turbo stick routine into a deck of cards. This is the routine I was talking to you about. Stickman Stan Rides Again. It's brilliant. Really, really good. I love this. I think this is Chris's best book. I'm going to give this 100%. You saw Blank Monty. I just did a performance of Blank Monty. Over the coming weeks, I'm going to do some performances of some other stuff. But if you like Blank Monty and you like that sort of thing and you don't want your magic too difficult, then this is something that you definitely want to pick up. Oh, hang on. Lucky Number. Oh, I didn't tell you about Lucky Number. Is it Lucky Number? Yes. This is great. Let me read the effect out to you. Give a diary and an envelope to the spectator and show a regular pack of cards. On each page of the diary is written a number. Ask them to go to their birthday and look up the number on that day. Let's say the number's 14. Deal down to the 14th card. Ask them to open up the envelope. Inside is the 3 of clubs. You turn over the card at the 14th position. It's the 3 of clubs. Everything is examinable. It's a regular deck. There's no setup at all. The diary can be examined. There's nothing special about it. There's just random numbers written next to every single date. The prediction is put down from the very beginning. This fooled the crap out of me. It is absolutely brilliant. And he's got another version where you don't even need the diary, but I think the diary, the little pocket diary, really makes it. So, you know, there's so much gold in here. I could spend hours talking about this. Buy it yourself. It's really good. It's 100%. It's called Commercial Killers. You can get it from all good magic dealers. Okay, so the next routine I want to talk about is Cloak, which has really kind of set the world on fire. This is the routine that kind of launched Stellar Magic shop, and this has been very, very successful to Chris. There's a very good chance that you've seen this, but if you haven't, I'm going to make a bold statement right now and say that this is the best version of the 10-card poker deal that you will ever see. The best version of the 10-card poker deal. So first of all, it's the best version for a few different reasons. The first reason is the method behind it is brilliant. It's based on Paul Gordon's 10-card poker deal, which Chris is using with his permission, but he's added something extra at the end, which makes it even better. But secondly, as well as that, the premise is hilarious. It is so funny. This, for me, sums up what Chris Congreve is all about, which is really simple magic that requires no sleight of hand, that allows you to focus on presentation, with a really funny kicker ending and an entertaining plot that's just guaranteed to get people to laugh. I mean, that's what Chris is all about. If you haven't seen this, I'm going to show you a performance of it right now. This is Cloak by Chris Congreve.
All right, is that for it's a Chris Congreve trick? Yeah.
I didn't say that.
We got 10 cards here, Chris. Chris. Jack, it's been a long day. Excuse me. I've got 10 cards here, Jack, and we're going to play a little card game, but with only 10 cards.
Only 10.
We're going to see who wins, you or me, but you're going to make all of the choices, okay? So 10 cards, you're going to make all the choices. I'm going to put 2 cards down here. Now, it's your choice. Which one would you like? Pull one towards yourself. Whichever one you pull, there's no ambiguity. That's going to make up your hand. We're going to have 2 hands of 5 cards. Whoever's got the highest hand wins. So, pull one towards you. Are you sure?
Yep.
Very good. We'll do it again, but this time with 3 cards. What I want you to do is pull 2 towards you. Any 2 you want to, completely up to you. Okay, so now you've got 3 cards. Now we'll change it up a bit. Push one towards me. You're deciding what's in my hand as well as what's in your hand. So which one do you want me to have? Are you sure?
Yep.
Great, and we'll do it again. So which 2 do you want me to have? Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay, so I've got these 3. So now we'll change it up a little bit. You can have one of those, either one for your hand or both of them for your hand. It's totally up to you.
I'll take both.
You want to take both?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yep.
That leaves me with these 2 for my hand, right?
Yep.
So let's have a look. You made all the choices. You made all the decisions, right? And I said whoever has the highest hand wins. Have a look and spread them out and see what you've got. Oh, now that's a great hand. That's a royal flush in spades. Man, if we were playing poker, there's absolutely no hand that would beat that. Unfortunately for you, mate, we're not playing poker and you lost because we're actually playing Cluedo. And I managed to work out that it was going to be Colonel Mustard in the library with a cucumber, which means that you owe me 10 quid. Pay up.
What?
Yeah, that's what I mean. We're playing Cluedo. You got the wrong hand. Sorry, mate. You lost. I win.
What?
I win. We're playing Cluedo.
You never told me that.
Well, it's a problem. You got yourself a nice little hand with poker, but we're playing the wrong game. So have you got the tenner?
So that was Cloak, and the cards are really, really, really well made. I mean, they're really, really well made. You get extra cards as well. You get a blank one so that you can kind of make it however you want to. You get, if you don't want to use the cucumber, because that's a bit random, you can get the lead pipe as well. It's totally up to you. There's lots of different options there, but everything is fully explained. You get everything that you need to perform the trick. And when I say fully explained, let me take out the thing and show you. Chris has gone kind of old school here. and actually included written instructions. Now, you have got a video that allows you to see a performance and see additional handlings. But the actual thing is written up, which I thought was great. The other thing that's worth noting is the cards are actually marked. You don't need them to be marked, but Chris has thought through everything so that there's nothing that can go wrong. This is my favourite version of the 10 card poker deal. Now, bear in mind that I put a version of the 10 card poker deal on Evoke, which I love performing. I really do. I love them sorting out their positive and their negative emotions. I think that's great. And it used a very similar method to what Chris is using here. But even with that being said, this is still my favourite version of the 10 card poker deal. It is so funny. It will work as an opener. It will work as a middler. It'll work as a closer. It is brilliant. 10 card poker deal on steroids. This is probably one of the best tricks that Chris has produced, and worth the price and then some. I'm going to give this 100%. I think it's amazing. So that is Cloak by Chris Congreve. So next up, we have Poked by Chris Congreve. This is Poked by Chris Congreve, and this has everything that you need inside it in order to perform a very interesting witch hand routine. So once again, just like with Cloak, there we go. Once again, as you can see, just like with Cloak, you have written instructions. You don't actually need video instructions for this because it is literally so simple. And you get everything that you need to be able to perform this immediately. Now, what I absolutely love about this is all you need is this and this. That goes into your pocket. And once those are into your pocket or your wallet, you're good to go. When you talk about everyday carry, what's more everyday carry than this? Just a note and a poker chip. And with that, you're able to do a really cool witch hand routine. Now, if you haven't seen Poked performed, I'm going to show it to you right now. So this is Poked by Chris Congreve.
It's called Poked, Jack, because I have a poker chip.
Just one?
Just one poker chip, that's all. And I'm going to give you a chance to win £20. Jack, you want to win 20 quid?
Well, I lost a tenner, David, earlier on, so...
I'm going to give you £20, all right? It's
Okay.
very, very simple. We're going to play a little game. We're going to do the best of 3. The idea of the game is very simple. I'm going to give you the poker chip. You're going to put it behind your back. You're going to bring your hands out so I don't know which hand the poker chip's in. I have to try and guess which hand it's in. We're going to play best of 3, okay? And we're going to see who, whether you can beat me by like putting it in a hand that I don't think it's in, or whether I can beat you. I will tell you, Jack, that I'm going to influence you. I have spent the last 25 years studying influence. I have studied influence. I have traveled around the world understanding how to influence people, and I am going to influence the shit out of this so that I end up getting my way. All right? But if I can't influence you, 20 quid. You don't even have to put anything up yourself.
Oh, even better.
Take the poker chip. Put it behind your back. Both hands behind your back. And then when you've done that, bring them out. Okay. Look at me. Repeat after me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 7, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 7, 6.
It's that one.
No.
Okay, 1-0 to you then. And that was a warm-up. Put it again. Okay, bring them out. Right, repeat after me. 392427.
392497.
That one.
No.
What?
Isn't going very well.
No, it's not. I really thought you put it in that hand that time. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Okay,
Bring him out.
bring it out. Repeat after me. 10, 9, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
10, 9, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That one.
Hey.
Brilliant. I mean, you won 2-1.
I did. Got the money.
No,
Why not?
because I said you could get the money if I couldn't influence you.
What do you mean?
I did influence you. What happened there, that was exactly what was meant to happen. No, seriously, you won 2-1, right?
I think you want to lose.
You won, no, seriously, you won 2-1, didn't you?
I did.
Did you look at the poker chip?
Why would I?
Have a look at the poker chip. What does it say on there? Not on that side, but on the other side.
Congreve Casino.
Oh, it might be on the other side.
You will win 2-1.
You will win 2-1. And my friend, you did win 2-1. But that's exactly how I wanted to influence the game. Which means I win the £20 note. I keep the poker chip. I influenced you. I spent 20 years studying this shit. But I'll give you a handshake. And you did a great job.
Now, how cool is that? Isn't that cool? It's really easy to do. And when I first saw Chris do this, it kind of confused me a little bit because I couldn't really understand how he was actually able to predict the outcome. And when he went through the method with me and he told me what was going on here, I was like, man, that's so clever. It builds on Chris's work that he has done before. He released a trick a few years ago with Alakazam called Safe. This kind of builds on that. And it's great. Now, it's not your typical witch hand routine in that you're going to tell them which hand the coin's in or the poker chip's in. It's not like that, but it is a very fair prediction of which hand the poker chip is going to be in. And you genuinely say, what I love about it is you say, look, I'm going to give you £20. I'm no ambiguity here. We're going to play this game 3 times and I'm going to influence you. If I fail to influence you, you win the £20. And it feels really fair. There's no electronic devices. There's nothing other than a poker chip and a £20 note. And you are literally good to go. I love this. I didn't think that this was going to be something that I would do. But this is going straight into my wallet. This is now part of my everyday carry. I'm going to have the £20 note in there. I'm going to have the poker chip in there. And I'm just going to, oh, you want to see a trick? Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. I've got a poker chip here. That's all I've got. But how about I show you how I can influence you? I've got £20 here. This is the poker chip. Can I show you how I can influence you? Do you feel like I could influence you? Do me a favour, put your hand up. You see, I influenced you to do that. Let's see if we can take this to its next logical level. I love this. I think this is great. I was prepared not to like this, but I do. And I went out a couple of nights ago. I haven't done this at a gig yet, but I was doing some live performances for some other products that are coming out soon. For Alakazam. And I threw this into the group. They said afterwards, can you do this? And I was like, yeah, can you do something else? I just filmed everything that we needed to film. And it was like, oh, thanks very much for letting us film you. I really appreciate it. And they were like, can you show me one more? And I threw this into 3 different groups. Well, I threw it into one group and they freaked over it. They loved it. And so I threw it into the next group and the next group and the next group. And they all really loved this. This is definitely something that's going to go into my everyday carry. It's definitely going to be something I'm going to be doing. I think it's a great lead in to more powerful mentalism. It's great to set the stage as to what influence is. And then you can build on that. It's really good. I love this. Again, it's getting 100%. This is really strong. It's stronger than you think it is. When like I say, I didn't think it was going to get the reactions it did. And it does. And that's why I love it so much. It's just that in your pocket and you're good to go. It's really good. Okay, so the last trick we're looking at here is Tarot Monty by Chris Congreve and Stellar Magic. This has got a video instructions. It's got a performance. It's got everything that you need. Tarot Monty. So what is Tarot Monty? Tarot Monty basically is a little bit like 3-card Monty. Colour Monty, but with a different handling. But there's also a kicker ending that people don't see coming. It's kind of difficult to explain. So rather than explain it, I'm going to perform it. This is not the way, the performance you're about to see is not the way that Chris would normally perform it. But this is the way that I think I might perform it if I actually do this. So this is Tarot Monty by Chris Congreve. Let's have a look at a performance. So before we start, I'm going to have you pick a card. It's not a card trick. This is not a card trick, but I do need you to pick a card. You'll see why in a bit.
Okay.
And they are all there. They are all different. And you can have any one you want to. So as I go through the cards like this, just say stop.
Stop.
Right there. You sure?
Yeah.
You happy? It doesn't matter what the card is. We have the 5 of spades. Are you happy with that card?
Get the card.
Because to be honest, if you're happy, I'm happy. You happy?
I'm happy.
I'm going to pop the 5 right there. We'll get back to it in a minute. Please remember that before we began, I gave you the 5 of spades, which is your choice.
Ah.
It's not about the 5 of spades, it's about these 3 cards here, and I'm going to tell you a little story. Well, these are tarot cards.
Oh, God.
Tarot cards are used to kind of tell people's fortunes and find out whether people are going to have good luck or bad luck. And you can, there's a whole deck of these, and you can take particular cards out. And whichever card you take, it'll tell you what's going to happen to you in life.
Oh, dear.
I'm not a tarot reader by any stretch of the imagination, but I am going to use these cards to tell you a little story that happened to me once upon a time. I was many years ago. This is a long time ago. But I went to a fair. I went to a county fair. You know, like a fair, and there was lots of different stalls and places that you could go and see. And I was ambling around, and I was a teenager at the time. And no, and there was a stand there, and I thought it was like a fortune teller, because he was there with tarot cards, and I knew what tarot cards are. I knew it was fortune tellers that had them. So I walked on over, and it wasn't a fortune teller. It was a guy. I will never forget his name. As long as I live, I'll never forget his name, because he was kind of a weird name. His name was Congreve. And what made me remember this name is the fact that he had a very strong Black Country accent. So
I didn't know if I would have a Chris Congreve like that.
Interesting. It can't be the same one, because this is years ago. But I walked over to this booth, and I was like, "Hello there," and he went, "All right." And I was like, "What you doing?" He's like, "Well, I can give you a chance to win some money if you want to." And I was like, "That would be amazing. I would love to win some money." I didn't realise that this guy is like a big cheat, and like he was going to try and scam me out of my money. I wasn't aware of that, and he did the same thing to me as I did to you. He got me to pick a card and put it to one side. Right. And he said to me, "I'm not a fortune teller, I'm a magician, but there's absolutely no way that you're going to lose at this game." And I was like, "That's amazing." And he brought these cards out, and this is exactly what he said. And I'll say it word for word in the accent he had. He said, "I've got 3 cards. Now, this first card here, it says the magician on it. That's the magician card. And this second card right here, this is a magician card. It says magician on it right there, you see. And this third card here, this is not the magician card. This is the ace of coin. This is the money card, and this is the card you got to follow. You don't follow this card. You don't follow this card. You follow the money card, and if you follow it, you get it right, you win. Do you understand?" And I said, "Yes, Chris, I understand completely and totally. That makes complete sense." He said, "I'm going to mix up the cards," and he took the cards, and he took the cards and he mixed them up like that, right? And then he said, "Where all you've got to do is point to the money card, and you win money." And I said, "I've been following this, Mr. Congreve. I'm a bit of a magician myself as well. I've studied a bit of sleight. I was young back then. I didn't really know much. Studied sleight of hand. I think I know where it is." He went, "Go on then, where is it?" And I went, "It's on the top, Mr. Congreve." And he went, "No, it's not on the top. That's the magician card." And I went, "Well, it's not on the top, Mr. Congreve. It's got to be the next one down right there." And he went, No. He went, "No, that's the magician card as well." And I went, "Well, if it's not on that one, it's got to be the last one down. It's got to be that one there." And he went, "No, that's the magician card as well. You owe me like £30. And I was like, "Well, hang on a minute. You've just shown me 3 magician cards. It's impossible. You can't have a money card." And he went, "No, there's a money card there. There's a money card there. There's a money card there. Don't accuse me of lying." And I went, "Well, that's £60 I'm down." He's like, "That's right. You owe me £60. I was like, "There's got to be more than 3 cards." And he went, 1, 2, 3. That's £70. You owe me now." And I went, "Well, I'm not going to give you £70. You're obviously cheating." He went, "Well, look, I tell you what, I'll give you a chance. Do you remember that card that you put down there from the very beginning?" Now, weirdly, I picked the 5 of spades, just like you picked the 5 of spades. I don't know how that happened. And I went, "Yes, I do remember what that card is, Mr. Congreve." And he said, "I'll tell you what, I'll show you this card here, and this is the magician card, and I'll show you this card here as well. That's the money card. So we've got the magician card, and you've got the money card. If you tell me what that card is, then if you get it right, then we'll wipe your debt off. If not, you've got to give me the £70. And I went, "Well, it's meant to be a magician card, but I bet it's a money card. What would you say to this, Jack? What would you say that card is?"
See, we'd expect it to be a coin, but I felt like we'd think that, so I'm going to say magician.
I said the same thing. And he went, "Well, you know what? It's not a magician card. It's not a money card, because the thing you're forgetting is I'm not a fortune teller. Like I said to you when you walked over to the booth, I'm a magician, and this is actually your 5 of spades that you picked at the very, very beginning."
Shit.
And I was like, "Oh my God, then what am I holding?" And he said, "Well, go and have a look." And you have a look right now, and you'll see that has nothing on it. The 5 of spades was put over there. And as long as I live, I'll remember that meeting with that mystical black country chappie, Chris Congreve, who showed me the most amazing magic trick I've ever seen.
You remember the accent quite well.
I remember the accent very well.
Okay, just so you know, for people that are saying, "Oh, you're taking the mick out of Chris," yes, I am. Although we're both from the Black Country, it's just that his accent is a little bit stronger than mine. I try and hide it when I can. But Tarot Mode, you've just seen the performance of it. That's what it is. You can make it as long or as short as you want to. It's completely up to you. But the whole idea of it is, you have these 3 tarot cards. They're in your pocket, and you're good to go. So this is a great transition away from card tricks. Let's say you've done a few card routines, you have them, pick the card, they hold on to it, and you go, okay, we'll put the rest of the deck away. I'm going to show you something with these. And you bring out these tarot cards, and you go into this routine. And then they look at their card at the end, and it's turned blank. And by the way, you don't have to do the turning blank thing. It could just be, that's the bonus handling in the project. The way that Chris says he does it an awful lot as well, if you don't want to carry a blank card around in your deck, is at the end he does this, and it duplicates the card that they picked, as opposed to making the face vanish. So if you don't want to carry a blank card around with you in the deck, you don't have to. But yeah, what's nice is at the end you just put these away. They're instantly reset. This is the reset. That's it. You just put them away into your pocket and you're ready to go again. And this comes back to what I was talking about with Chris. Everything's a worker. Most of the routines in the book, instant reset, no angles, designed for walk around. Cloak, no angles, instant reset, designed for walk around, examinable. Look at this, examinable, designed for walk around. Do you see the point I'm trying to make? All of the stuff that Chris brings out, it's examinable, it's designed for walk around, no table required, instant reset, examinable, all that fun stuff. It's great. It's really, really good. It's a great version of Colour Monte. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not going to give this 100%. Because the other 3, I can see myself doing immediately. Poked is going to go into my EDC. Cloak is going to go into my act, and there's so many routines that are going to go into my act from the book. It's ridiculous. I'm not going to do this. It's not going to go into my act, and that's not because it's not good, but I've got a version of Colour Monte. If anybody has seen Magic Button, the Magic Button project, you'll know that I've got a version of Colour Monte on there that I love doing. It's one of my favourite routines from Magic Button, and I'm not going to replace that with this, as good as this is. So because of that, I'm giving this 79%, which is the highest mark I can give something if I'm not going to do it. To be clear, I love this trick. I think it's brilliant. And I think that if you buy it, you're going to be very happy with it. That end moment where you have their card go onto the tarot card that you've been using the whole time is seriously surprising. But I have a routine that I do that I'm not going to replace with this. So it gets 79%. That's the highest rating that I can give something if I'm not going to do it. But I do love it. I think it's very good. I'd recommend it to anybody. If you saw the performance there, take away the Mickey taking with the Black Country accent. If you like the performance and you saw it and you like it and you want to do it, you're not going to be disappointed. It's a typical Chris Congreve commercial killer. It's just, for me, this is probably not something I would do. So I get 79%. So there you go, guys. That's another review show in the bag. First of all, thank you very much to Chris Congreve for releasing so many amazing tricks. Now, don't forget, you want to see more videos like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I'm going to be back again soon with another video. If you haven't already gone and watched the Q&A from this morning, please go and do so. Don't forget, we've got videos going up all this week with interviews of people that are the movers and the shakers in the magic industry that are going to be at the Blackpool Magic Convention. And finally, and this is finally, make sure that you join the NETRIX, www.thenetrix.com. We've got another upload in a week's time with some amazing stuff. I'll see you then, but once again, thanks very much for watching. My name's Craig from Magic TV.